young people aged 15 to 25, and the architects of this project, I like my little pun there, has been a young man called Gray over here. He's part of our circuit group. He's one of our architects. And they've been working with artist Georgie Manley, who's a sculptor over here, to help make some of the bases that you can see. And it's part of our one-day circuit Unlock Cambridge Festival, and so they're looking at places that are inaccessible to young people in the city and making them more accessible.
So my role has been to look after the alternative tours and to look after the model city. I've been really working as a sort of coordinator just to make sure that young people have got everything they need, that they've been matched up with artists who've helped mentor them and support them in their different workshops, and just making sure that they're having enough breaks and are feeling confident about what they do, but they haven't really needed that because they've been excellent. I think they've taken it in their stride very, very well. What's been quite different about our festival has been the fact that it's been not really in one of the galleries, and this is one of the reasons for that is because Kettle's Yard is closed at the moment, and Wising is slightly outside of Cambridge, and we wanted to make sure it was something that was really citywide. I think the aim of this festival is to show Cambridge in a different light for one day only, to really show what young people are capable of and what their sort of concerns and thoughts about the city that they live in.
My role was sort of taking charge of the creation of the walking workshop, the license of how to walk. So my role is in designing the game. I had some help with working with the script, and the actor also did a lot of work in ad-libbing, very funny guy. And I designed the posters, the licenses, the layout of everything that you see there, and just the general stuff. The thing I want the public to take away from this is a sense of community. I want them to be mindful of the people that they're living around, and to have a little bit more time to interact and enjoy each other. That's the number one thing, I think. I'm already thinking that I'm going to start doing stuff like this regularly. So this has been a really great eye-opening tool for me. So thoroughly encourage it.
So my role at the beginning was we were working out kind of what we wanted, as a whole group we were working together and working out what we wanted from the festival, our ideas, what we wanted people to think, how we wanted it to be, and then later on we went into different groups. So originally this kind of idea came from actually Angry Birds, and then we were thinking how we're really annoyed with house prices in Cambridge, how it's so expensive to rent, how we're probably never ever going to be able to buy a house in Cambridge. So came up with the idea of, instead of throwing normal birds at buildings, we actually pick Cambridge buildings and you throw ducks at them, and the reason why it's ducks is because ducks are allowed to walk across any of the greens in the colleges in Cambridge, whereas it's only fellows and ducks who are allowed to walk on the greens, and normal citizens like me, I'm not allowed to. My favourite part of organising the festival has to be the when we first started planning, at the beginning of the 6 months, because anything was possible, we could do anything, and it's a lot of fun thinking of all these crazy different things you can do before you actually work out all the work you have to do to make it come real.
I mean, Jim Eade, who created Kettle's Yard, remarkable man, he partly did it for young people, and yet on a typical day, who do you see walking towards Kettle's Yard? You'll see much older people, typically in their 50s. Now that's partly because of people retiring, having more time in their lives, but we want to be for young people. We want young people to discover Kettle's Yard early in their lives, not so they just come back to us, but so that culture and the visual arts become how they see the world and how they negotiate the world, and will give them more confidence in the kind of choices they make in their lives. What's been exciting about Circuit is we're having a particular conversation with a group of young people from very different backgrounds who have not automatically been brought up to be involved in the arts, and we can learn so much from them about how we run Kettle's Yard, how we think about the place, how we welcome people. So the festival is important because I think for the group, they need to do things. They need to actually do events. And they've done a number of events leading up to this, all of which have been successful and have been exciting. But you only learn through actually making things happen and having a go at it. Obviously, not obviously, but we have been incredibly impressed by how they've taken responsibility, gone for it, come up with original ideas, dreamed, made things happen, and of course they will. You know, in the success is also you just learn. I mean, like doing today, it's quite scary doing things in public. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to turn up. You don't know what people are going to say. It's a very uncontrolled environment compared to doing things at Kettle's Yard or at Weissing Arts Centre. And so, in a way, I'm really impressed with my team and with the circuit young people because it's actually very brave to go out and like we're in this tent in the middle of Jesus Screen and see what happens. So it feels very good.
I mean, the important thing about the festival is one, that young people lead it, they contribute to it, and they steer the ideas of what happens at each site. And the thing about large-scale events or festivals, however you want to call them, is that they impact so many different things. So in terms of the impact they have within the institution, the impact it has on young people who deliver an event of this scale, it's a great achievement when they accomplish that. And also, I think more importantly, within organisations, usually all the organisation has to get behind it. Therefore, that builds a kind of awareness of what young people do. And I also think it creates, if you want, positive challenges. So for instance, if gallery assistants or front of house don't know much about what young people can achieve, usually they have to be part of this large-scale event.